Please put your hands together in welcoming to the stage the founding partner and CEO of Soma Meta, Shaikh Dr. Majid Sultan AlQassimi.
There we go. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for having me. The opportunity to be addressing so many sustainability leaders, really, it comes down to something we've been working on for a while now. And there's supposed to be slides, but I can, there we go. All right. Thank you. Just to the front. Thank you very much. When we talk about sustainability, it's really, we're talking about the core of our economies and our communities. We're talking about natural systems. The challenge, though, is today this word has been almost used to abstraction. The idea that we say it so often, we use it so many times, that it almost becomes something we can't touch. And we were remarking only this morning that many of our, I won't say ancestors, but I can go as early as my grandmother, was living in a world where they didn't need the word. It was just how life was experienced. There's another challenge when we talk about sustainability, and I had to look up the term. It's called temporal myopia, which simply means that we don't have the ability to understand or value things that are very far in time. So the idea that this future we're all working for, we have a hard time valuing. And there is another thing that our perception is challenged with, and it is this. The global average of life expectancy is actually growing, and it's growing quite dramatically. Today, we are enjoying a quality of life into our 70s, but actually in 1900, humans only expected to live to 32. Just think about how many of you have already crossed 32. And a person today born in the UAE will, on average, live to 83. So we're experiencing lifespan growing at quite the rate. And in fact, that graph, always up and to the right, is what we can expect in the future. And that's really thanks to better healthcare, better sanitation, better quality of our environment. So we have longer life expectancy in our future, and we are working towards sustainability. That extended life, longevity, is being used a lot these days. And I've got these two groups, or these two concepts next to each other, because as much as we're here all talking about sustainability, there's another group sitting talking about quality of life and longevity. And as I was thinking about this, we are working with partners actually on how we look at these two different groups and what kind of interactions they have. Now, when you put two circles together, there's always this temptation to create a Venn diagram. Put the circles, connect each other, and somewhere in the middle there's something there. And I see some smiles. People are already like, he's gonna put them together. The truth is, as much as I would like to do that, these two circles maybe live within each other, but what I wanted to illustrate was that they are actually interacting with each other. So, sustainability, the environment, longevity, our quality of life, they impact each other. They interact with each other. And today, when you think about it, if you have a quality environment, you could propose that there was quality of life that extends. And if you lived longer, you could ensure that there is more sustainability or a better quality of environment. The reason I want you to think about these two things is most people will think about only one or the other, but we're both living them simultaneously. how we understand those arrows, or how these two areas work together, is really the thing I want to talk about. When we are to think about how sustainability impacts longevity and longevity to sustainability, i.e. our environment and our life, that is the legacy that we have been discussing now over the last day, and hopefully for the day ahead of us. The challenge with legacy is most people think of it as a material thing. We will leave estates, wealth, and many people will think the legacy in sustainability is to leave the earth behind in a better way for future generations. The earth has been around well before we were, and it'll be around well after we're gone. The legacy we have to leave are the lessons, the knowledge. It's how we understand these arrows work, the interaction between our environment and our quality of life. The challenge with knowledge alone is that it is inert. It doesn't do anything. Just knowing isn't good enough. And when we talk and we share, this is always a good place to start. Knowledge and sustainability and knowledge and quality of life is always good when it's shared. But the problem is knowledge alone will not change. And that's why when I talk about legacy as knowledge, I always feel there's one more thing missing there. What's missing is action. And I want everybody to think about legacy as knowledge in action. I consider myself very fortunate to be born in the UAE because we have leadership that has left legacy, because it's taken knowledge and it's put it to action. We have so many examples, even in the most recent years and right back to when we started as a country, and before that even. We've had leaders that take knowledge and take bold action. And if there's anything that I would hope that from this gathering of leaders in sustainability, is that I would ask that everybody here make sure you take your knowledge and you put it into bold action, because it's not enough just to know. If you want to take the lessons of our leaders, there are some subtleties to those. It's not just do as they ask, but do as they do. And what we need is knowledge in action so that we can leave a legacy in sustainability. Thank you very much.